Today, we are celebrating the spiritual principle of understanding. Understanding is the ability to know, perceive, and apprehend. The disciple is Thomas. Thomas represents the ability to see beyond appearances to reality. The corresponding color is gold, and the location is in the front of the brain. Understanding begins with questioning. Spiritual understanding is defined as the quickening of the spirit within. It is the ability of the mind to apprehend and realize the laws of thought and the relation of ideas one to another. The awakening of our own faculty of understanding starts with questioning. Questioning the old ways of thinking that may have been taken for granted. The desire for understanding leads to thinking about what is learned and seeking to put it all together in a body of information that will provide a basis for living. Understanding is different from wisdom. Charles Fillmore defines wisdom as intuitive knowing, spiritual intuition. And he defines understanding as the ability of the mind to comprehend and realize the laws of thought and the relation of ideas to one another. To put it more simply, wisdom knows and understanding knows why. When your understanding is developed in both head and feet, not only will you have the light in mind, but you will also have the ability to apply it in your world. Unity's website says, understanding is important in developing our spiritual nature because it is the faculty that puts feet under our prayers and gives our spiritual activities something to stand on. Blind faith, faith without understanding of the spiritual laws, may get results on occasion, but our spiritual growth demands a base that is more dependable, understanding that is grounded in spiritual truth. There's a fable about the three little pigs. The three little pigs needed to build houses. So the first little pig built a house of straw, but a wolf blows down that house and eats the pig. The second little pig builds a house of sticks, and the same wolf blows it down and eats the pig. The third pig builds a strong house of bricks, so when the wolf comes to the door, he cannot blow the house down. So how do we build something to stand on, something that will stand the test of adversity? We start with where we are right now and what we have right now. So to accomplish anything in life, you start where you are with what you have. So quit waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect amount of money, or the perfect circumstances. Determine what actions you can take today with what you have and do it. Find free resources online, free information on the internet, but don't wait for the perfect time to get started because the time will never be perfect. So get started today. Today is as good as any time. The next thing is thoughtful questions. Ask thoughtful questions about yourself and answer honestly. Pondering difficult personal questions and analyzing your answers can help you learn more about your interest, your fears, and your aspirations. Use what you learn from this activity to spend more time doing what you love and overcoming your fears. So, for instance, see how you respond to the following questions. What do I love doing? What are my dreams? What do I want my legacy to be? What is my biggest criticism of myself? What are some mistakes I've made? How do others perceive me? How would I like them to perceive me? And who is my role model. Remember, it's never too late to start the journey. The next thing is adventure. So enjoy the adventure. There's a quote I love that says, "It's simply not an adventure worth telling if there aren't any dragons." So don't be so quick to judge things as good or bad. Simply start with the question, what am I to learn from this? When you start looking at the event as a learning opportunity, you will find there are golden nuggets throughout the experience and that they are preparing you for the life that you want to live. Imagine that everything you want is across the river, but the river is deep. And to get there, you've got to learn to build a bridge and you've got to be able to swim. But you may not know how to do either. So determine the skills required to get to the things that you want so badly and start right now to develop the needed skills to build the bridges to your success. And then there's that negative self-talk. Say no to negative self-talk. Consciously work to silence your negative thoughts. Your mind can power through negative thoughts by itself, but your mind doesn't want to. So you have to give it a helping hand. So when you notice that you're about to indulge in negative self-talk, snap out of it. Make a conscious effort to let the thoughts pass without acting on them. The more you practice this, the better you'll get at controlling your negative thinking. Your mindset is the driving force behind all of your actions. So it is imperative to learn how to shift your thoughts when negative self-talk begins. You have the power to change your life by changing the way you think about yourself and changing the way you talk to yourself. And then there's discipline. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishments. See, the catalyst for success is discipline. Every day, you must complete at least 5 things toward your dream. You must develop the ability to keep the main thing the main thing. So when you wake up, you must know what your goals are for today. You must also identify what you plan to complete by the end of the day. Each evening, review the day's events to determine what you did well, what you did poorly, and what you need to do to improve your actions. Remember, discipline outranks motivation. Enjoy every single challenge, obstacle, or situation because each moment is a stepping stone to achieving your goals. Carl Jung reminds us that the privilege of a lifetime is to become who you really are. And these steps that we've outlined today will help you become who you really are. Now let's become still. In this moment, focus on your spiritual gift of divine understanding for insights into your daily journey. If you're not sure of the path to take or which decision to make or what words to say, allow spiritual understanding to guide your mind and heart. Use the faculty of understanding to see beyond human appearances and into the light of truth. Be grateful for the gifts, the joys, and the presence of the divine in every event or circumstance. It matters not how straight the gate, how charged with punishment the scroll. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. Trust your greatness. Namaste.
Hi, this is
Understanding. We are energy. We are one with the God essence. We project and we receive. Humanity is designed to gain wisdom associated with our individual vibratory system. We were also created to transmit energies to assist others who are open to receive. Our entanglement represents an opportunity to learn from and to grow from one another. The quantum elements relative to understanding is reaching out to gather information beyond the linear box, which is possibly saturated with tradition that may have served us well, yet leading us to a higher level of human discovery. Is it difficult to consider movement is necessary for human growth and articulation of purpose? This process is always intended for individual understanding along with multidimensional linkage with others. Understanding requires openness to that which does not fit in the box, that which exists as automation and invisible to our sight, yet so necessary for our sustenance of life. The paradigm of energies is changing. These energies are beginning to awaken within to help us understand there is so much more to know associated with truth. Our pathways are free willed. This design is a component of pure love. Free will allows misunderstanding to exist until our vibratory system is ready to connect to higher source, which stimulates quantum frequencies to match the thought, the function of the heart and soul. Therefore, when the doors open for better understanding, it may also include receiving information not previously known. How we perceive remains the free choice to implement or not. Once the doors open, energies and frequencies will surround us based on consciousness elevation in search of our human vibration. Our DNA plays a dynamic role with the individual progress of knowing and understanding. There is no judgment. Only we are allowed to follow our decisions as we move forward with lives here on earth. Humanity has been given the opportunity to utilize our powerful structure to better comprehend that we were born with everything within us to develop mindful outcomes to fulfill our mission, which depends on the adjustment to our nonlinear assignments. Perhaps we are beginning to understand our magnificent inner power being accompanied by frequencies and energies that gather synchronicity and guidance, giving to highlight our intuition for motivation or thought. Information is constantly being broadcast to help us understand more. As the paradigm of energy is changing, results will remain a component of our elevation of consciousness and free will. Allow love to fill your inner being until we meet next time, for it is the fuel for thought progression and knowledge of the source.
Personal growth. using the power of the mind to create one's reality, and the belief that every individual has the potential to tap into their own inner spiritual power to help them achieve their goals. I invite you to join Unity of Chicago South, the #1 online New Thought spiritual community, streaming from Chicago, for Talking the Fifth. Talking the Fifth is an open, interactive forum offering a live chat and is available on Facebook or YouTube. I will lead the discussion focused on the 4 agreements found in the book by the same name. Be impeccable with your word. Don't take anything personally. Don't make assumptions. Always do your best. Join us Sunday, July 30th at Unity of Chicago South, Facebook and YouTube.
It's time to offer you the opportunity to support our growth. Please use the information found at unityocs.org/support or the QR code to my right to give your financial support. Your presence is a major part of the growth of this online spiritual community. We ask that you take this moment to share, follow, repost, and of course financially support our work. Your action helps in our mission to provide universal teachings beyond a traditional walled space. Your financial support is instrumental in helping this community as well as those that can benefit from the teachings. We thank you in advance as you support Unity of Chicago South, the #1 online New Thought spiritual community, streaming live from Chicago.